Family and good evening. We don't come again with on a program face to face with the law, and for as we done they do for the past weeks, face to face with the law. They work with the committee for review the Salon Constitution CRC, and for the past weeks we done they talk about various things them inside the present constitution and things that we think to say need for the inside this newer way, something God we make. And also, we then they bring different subcommittee there inside the CIC. That's that committee where government set for review or look inside the present constitution. So committee there for the judiciary, there for the legislature, there for the executive, different one. But today, I'm going to tell you, if even if you want joke, I don't make you joke, I want to make you be in business, because today you're very, very interesting. Very interesting. I promise you that. Trust me. You don't see what I talk to it must be. Today we want for deal with a committee when a different one. And this committee we want for deal with the topic we want for talk about. Now something where possibly not inside the salon the constitution presently, not the inside. But because of how things they happen at the country, how things they happen at the world, how situation they go, it's just correct for you to try for look inside it and put that in the if possible. And so now new thing, and you now begin telling me say, hey well I understand what's inside salon constitution, so make an listen better, make an watch better. No, this is for watch and listen well. Listen well because it's a new. Because yourself now you go begin develop interest in them. So you go say, oh now to go. If I come in and put her inside the main law of this country here, or I don't think say correct, so no, make it wait first, or make it not put her. But I think to say by the time when you watch this program and you listen very, very well, you go agree with me. Say important. And so family, I want to make you know today we want for talk about or we want for look inside the subcommittee where responsible for lands, natural resources, and the environment. Like we are back. The subcommittee were responsible for lands, natural resources, and the environment. Sweetie, I tell you, not inside the present constitution at all, not it. But you go agree with me, say it's so important. All over the country, they read, oh, then go mine at this place. In fact, say they not buy the land, find out the people they earn, and just they cut tick them. Now breeze they blow heavy rain, they can't problem, they can't stone, they roll go meet someone inside us. So next we need for treat and find. Any sort of government need for nothing. This is a serious issue. And so, because that's a serious issue, the Constitutional Review Committee set a specific or a particular subcommittee for look inside the land business in this country, inside the natural resources business inside this country, and also how they deal with and handle with environment. So you see this now, I better be the business. But for example, not to me one go do this talk. Today we get full panel, full house. And so I go make from the far right and begin for introduce themselves. By the time when you know side and they come out and waiting that they can talk about. And nothing to say you go move from one near other television set this safe. And so I go turn to me right and ask the panelists and the far right for introduce themselves. Family, listen, you go agree with me. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. I'm Nikki Spencer Coker. I'm a State Counsel of the Ministry of Justice and a Legal and Technical Associate assigned to the Subcommittee on Natural Resources, Land and the Environment.
I want guy for explaining what it look heavy for me. The only thing I go say, Nikki Spencer Coker na somebody way this country you must have. If you not possible, you know the ideas house no more, you must know. But this time he did there as government lawyer where they work with the CIC, the Constitutional Review Committee, where they deal specifically with that subcommittee where they talk about land, natural resources, and the environment. So you can tell you. I'll turn to the next person. Yes, sir.
I'm Leone Emmanuel Cisse. I'm a member of the CRC and I'm the chairman for the subcommittee for lands, environment, and natural resources.
It's a big allegiance. And the chairman was responsible for the subcommittee. Leone Emmanuel Cisse. So, I mean, when you count the boss man safe now for you get all things correct. I will turn to my left now. Yes, ma'am.
Family, good evening. I'm James Sinakin. I come from the Human Rights Commission and I represent the commission at the CRC. And in the CRC, I'm a member of the subcommittee on natural resources, lands, and environment.
Family, this is not like James Sinakin. I'm a good person. I'm a good one. If you really can't talk, myself one for land for man. You know, the human rights commission, and they inside the CIC as well. They can help you for talk about this land business, this natural resources business. We can grumble about the mineral health, even the fish business. We can talk about that small bit, and even the environment. I will talk to the last person I'm far left speaking to this. And I face where you sabi, and you know I'm very well.
Fambul, good evening. Me lawyer Julian Cole, a private legal practitioner, and as always, deal with face-to-face with the law.
Fambul, I don't talk about Julian anymore. Because the last time that they asked, where lawyer Julian Cole, where lawyer Maima Dumbuya, well, lawyer Julian Cole don't can, so you lacking voice, you go understand more. Well, we will go straight to business. But before that, Fambul, I want to tell you, see, you can join me. Got this talk no left and give you no more. You say can send text, can make your contribution, can ask question. Or you say just add something, say, hey, what's not talking fine about I think say this one back for day. So you can send at 088 204973. 088 204973. In fact, just before we continue, I want to remember you back say this is face to face with the law with the work, hand to hand or neck to neck with the Constitutional Review Committee. And today, one for looking inside the subcommittee where responsible for lands, the natural resources inside this country, and this one on the environment where this place we call Salon. Another inside this condition we get presently, but one for see how best we as Salon people like can bring something inside. I will go straight away to the chairman, Yoni Emmanuel Cisse. Let me tell me generally about this subcommittee in the bossman over. Yes, sir. What is exactly this committee? Why they said this committee say what they call lands, natural resources, and the environment?
Well, when the president commissioned this committee for review the constitution, the meeting say we look at the constitution briefly, and we notice say this particular subtopic where they talk about the lands, the environment, and the natural resources, not the inside the constitution. They not talk much about another constitution. Pass for mention the
you mean the present constitution where Salon they use?
Yes, the present
so
one.
You know talk better about land business in this country, about the natural resources, anything about the environment.
At all.
Okay.
And we notice, in the subcommittee, we notice here the environment, the natural resources, and the lands. These are the key three things there we got doing, we will actually protect. Why? Because in the first place, for example, the natural resources, now they will get the environment, now they will get with knowledge, now they will get with wealth. Okay? A great number of people there, now Salon, they rely on
wait, you know, now my way they watch we so it gets small doubt and they see on my face. Wait till they try for say, what do you mean today by natural resources? Wait till exactly that what you mean.
Right. When we talk about natural resources, now what actually God give you? The land itself now a natural resource.
Okay, the land first.
The land.
Where the build house pan, or the waka pan, or the one thing pan. Now God give you.
All the water within this country, now God give you.
And what's in the inside?
On there, what's in the inside the water, on top the water, under the water, now the swell, all down in a God give you.
Okay.
The minerals then, the diamond, the gold, all the one in a God give you. The trees they're within at the forest, the animals they're within at the forest, even then to they're within at the forest, all the one in a God give you. All the one that they will look will put inside. Say, if they think they are so now they're responsible for we leave one. You want it, you get for Bonabush. You want diamond, you get for seller, it improve your life. But we look at all anything there so now they're so important. In fact, now they cost this one as alone. You understand? This one as alone, they cost that. But if all the things are so important for we, why will not they talk about them in the constitution?
Okay.
Why? If they're so important, then we need for accommodate them into the constitution. Now that make we decide say we will look at the constitution because we get the mandate for look into the constitution and review the constitution and talk about the mandate. Make I just highlight which how we get the mandate. One, the constitution of Sierra Leone itself, under section 108, it tells me say, when I look at me and when I change me when I feel say when I need for change me. Okay, so now we look at the section 108. The president will look at section 108, and when you also look at the what you know happen in the country where the rebel and can they can't fight for, they say now for diamonds, what they fight for. You understand? We look at that lesson, and the bad thing when you look at it, you bring forward, we say okay, let's think about it. Then when you go back to the NPRC, then say them get a document where they call the 1995 working document. Yanda self then talk about for review the constitution. Okay? Then the Lome Peace Accord, you understand, we bring the peace.
Another paper
We
former
RAF, President Kaba, exactly.
On behalf of Salon government,
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly. When they go there,
police and co.
they go get a chapter, Article 10 on that document. When
Okay.
they look at that, the Parliament now self look at Article 10 and then decide say then they put that into an act.
Okay.
For say we will review the constitution of Sierra Leone. So what the president they do, not to say president, I just don't say I review the constitution. The TRC also tell us it for review. Okay. The Peter Tucker recommendation, all that one day we look at them and decide.
So we put them and they all together. It's necessary for they will look inside this constitution and try for bring things in can they way go help we presently. You know so.
Correct.
Now I'll turn to lawyer James King. Mrs. King, yeah, you can able for help Fambule made them know the terms of reference way this subcommittee on lands, natural resources and the environment get.
The committee, first of all, as me chairman me don't say, you get a role for review. First of all, waiting if anything Peter Tucker been say at the proposal, because then I the working document for review see if we agree.
You know, somebody want really explain what you mean by review.
For what you know, said this constitutional review we don't start in 2007.
Yes.
And then in 2008, a report by Peter Tucker been submitted.
Yes.
Okay. So we get a mandate for look, because all the committee then they look that report, they see whether they need for add based on time don't elapse.
Yes.
Different things don't come up. But for we on committee, as Leone don't say, it not get specific things them we will get already in the constitution. So one thing where we look there are a few bits and pieces in the fundamental principles of state policy in chapter 2, but we know say that they're not justiciable. You can't go na court for that.
Yes.
But we find out say in Peter Tucker in proposal where he campaign chapter 3, he add a new right, and then a right to the environment. So we they look at that one the way he add. Also in section 21 of the Constitution, where they say protection from the deprivation of property. That in that clause then at the Constitution, at the clause where government can take your property for do various things in way they promote public interest.
Yes.
And then it can compensate you.
Okay.
Well, Peter Tucker now make a proposal, say, well, now for sit to that kind taking of property and compensation, we need a new lands commission. That's another thing where it puts in the Constitution. So we they look into that one day, but we also they look at all the emerging issues that we don't come up in the country. Una family remember say a few years ago we get a conference when they call the Sierra Leone Conference on transformation and development. And in that conference then I'll be a time where all man as alone come together and talk what we go do for push this country go before. We don't come more one development.
Okay.
And development na fine thing, but if we not plan them, if we not organize them,
it go backfire now.
It go backfire now we people then a few people then go get it well.
Yeah.
And this country now then they talk say foreigners they want come, they want to invest. But if we don't create the mechanism, if we don't create the environment where the foreigners then go invest, where themselves go get them profit, but the people that will come up from the communities themselves go better, themselves go get benefit, employment go day, roads go day, hospital day, government go get tax for do so many things them, we will get problem. So now that make we they look at all the emerging issue and we realize now say even the international community, human rights, if they look into business and human rights, because they don't find out say development is fine, but if you're not doing well, it's not sustainable. And if we can't take all the environment we mix up what thing we can begin there, we begin and go get. So for all the reasons they are all in the way they come up on the international scene. And all the constitutional reviews the way they take place around the world. Then they look at environment, then they look at natural resources, then they look at land. And me and say, with the land, we start with the land issue. First, you get the 10-year system we'll get Naya, at Freetown, Western area, and then we get a different 10-year system in
we have Uganda side, because
so all that one they will get follow.
But people no say when they watch Mr. Show yourself no say the law and land business na this country look different small. The one day way na for Western area. You get the other way na for outside Western area.
So the ownership of land we go look into that. But it not mean say all the different here we don't talk so now all we just take and put on the constitution. Not all the constitution will be a big fat document.
Yes.
But at least we go throughout the key important elements them we need for go na constitution.
Sir,
We go direct
ultimately,
parliament, it go direct
thank
the
you very
executive,
much.
it go direct all man.
Thank you very much,
for we
Mrs.
get
King.
proper
Family
rights.
level, I should say you dey follow how this discussion they go. Like I've been promised you see it's a new thing we can't talk about. If I make you listen fine. Not allow that picking there for hamburger. I see you look the konya you small, but I'll make you pay attention very well. And I also want to remember is this face to face with the law where they work hand to hand with the committee for review the Salon Constitution CRC. And today we want for look inside. They talk about the subcommittee where one for examine or they tell family about the work where they do in particular for land, business, and natural resources and the environment. And that's why it concern me all. Minister Self should it concern me as serious business. Concern me work as a lawyer. It concern me as Salon Motalima, Salon Posse. So it's serious. Well, I'll go straight to you, Michi. I want to take things one. You know, when would they talk about land? Say subcommittee on land. What you think to say them put land by this issue? How land business for car? I mean, we get other law that we deal with land. We get how we deal with that. Why for car put inside constitution now?
In fact, for now we get a national land policy.
Okay.
But if you understand what the chair start off with explain about certain questions that we would ask first about what's important to the country and in development. Mm-hmm. If you understand and you recognize the environment, land issues, natural resources, then fundamental to development of the country, then you also understand that when you get various different kind of law there, it's possible so you say you could change them at some various different time because you get parliamentary majorities, or maybe one government decides something versus another government decides something. If we decide and we say we land issues, we environmental issues, we natural resources issues, then fundamental to the development as a nation, then perhaps the right thing for doing is for put some of them things in the inside the supreme law of the land and make and so you just can't change at any kind how, right? And I mean, not a new thing at the world, not a new thing at the region. We get other countries in Ghana, Kenya. We don't do them Nigeria.
Well, the other countries they get inside the constitution.
Yes. In fact, most recent probably will be Kenya, and then they hold them up now as best practice for the region. So if we look at the other people, then they will not to say we get for take all to or everybody else to do. But if we look at them placely and we see how they don't deal with the natural resources, land issues, water issues, mineral issues, for ensure say it's a day we preserve and we keep them for present and future generations. Because I think that's kind of like the key word where we look at. So we look at all of them things and then we decide say, yes, if it's important, then perhaps what we need for doing for create a whole new chapter in the constitution, not just one small provision, but a whole new chapter that deal with certain important and fundamental aspects. With chairman, he do a lot of research behind the scenes for get certain questions then where we go at a future date, go to the salon people then for ask and say, well, now that things here we don't look. This important to you, this important to you, how you will do so, how you will do so. And then after we don't do all of that, we will bring and come back to the committee for make them look and for let put them together in what they call constitutional questions. But then can go back to real people then now at the law offices department for draft this new section for the constitution.
Okay, Mickey, I will come back to you, but I just want to talk somebody in mind where they watch me. Somebody is I should say that my man that part with incident then they talk that the mind say, hey, what's wrong I'm bringing council now? Me, I buy me land, I get me documents, I go to lawyer, I make them, I go work civilian and register. Who's one for bringing council now? Who's kind thing this now? I mean, I'm get me land. Which one government one kind of cipher?
I'm not say this is not about anybody take you land where you get.
Because the one for no that they go begin war with this now. So government one can take the land.
Not for that. Now for preserve what we get, because the land where you get or the land where they see anybody we do any kind of traveling within the western area of Freetown, they will just confine and they go see say we resources not get for day forever. Anybody can see that day. If you go to the hillside there, you see how they build, you see how they cut stick, and you see how they cut stick, how they get landslide during the season. Anybody will drive now Wilkinson Road can see the effects. Anybody will drive go up by any one of the hillside, they go see the effect. So we resources they not get for day forever. Not just that, we they get issues with remining areas between the people there, the one they will lease the area, the one they where they mine, you know, and we not get any constitutional, which we talk about now, protection of the people there and resources.
I mean, I just, you know, somebody did tell me for asking, I make her ask you. I want to come to you, Lawyer Julian Cole. Now, we say this committee now, a subcommittee on land, natural resources and the environment. Do you want to follow you go better for Fambule, within the natural resources now this country, and why it's so important that it inside this new constitution we would be about for make now this country?
Yeah, I think Nikki and Auntie James Tina them don't try for government good one panda issue we get for do it. Why this issue of natural resources for the inside we constitution? I think
you know, one of the things we make ask you because that fisherman with the God rich, how they na Moaf go say, hey, me I get me canoe, me I go fish anything, and you don't see the fish inside the water are part of the natural resources we get at this country, even the water itself, and you find out that some riverine areas, them mangrove areas, and some people and they bank the place, them put dirty, then build us on top.
Yeah. Now I think the main reason we make me believe say it better make we put this kind issue inside the constitution. Like when Nikki say the constitution now the biggest law way any country gets.
Yes.
I think firstly, if you put this kind of issue inside it should say then natural resources then they now they're not a play game. Not to think the way anybody can just deal with any kind of way.
You know,
so now serious business now.
Somebody say if you are like from where they work done safe, now in damn loss at this country.
Well, me
in the Gwen kind of hide the Gwen can so me for local and all this.
Yeah, me not actually pan diamond business, but I think say then they also fall squarely within this particular drive because we want make sure say the biggest law way a country get when at the constitution, lawyers and call and the ground norm, the ultimate law. First of all, if for capture them in the inside in very content, if for the inside it for sure say these are issues them where government, where the country and the people they pay serious attention to. Then I think so when we talk about the management of them things they are not for just them people here where they so now. Now for the even the other generation, the other generation they come after them. So that management day, he also find less sometimes the constitution give small attention so that government where they today, government where they tomorrow, government where for the next tomorrow, self go look inside his book and see say the management of the natural resources there, they're so important that the constitution in self talk about them. And so it go to the heart of them government and they Nikki make that point there. So if government change you know mean say you can't take a different tone, a different directive and a different policy completely from waiting inside the constitution. It don't dey inside there now. So you're bound for go by them except to get for change them by this process so they do so now. So I think say it's very important for make we put their issues there inside the constitution. One for sure say now very important issues and serious issues them so then for them are the ultimate law of this country. Secondly, for the policy directive, constitutional policy directive to any government and any parties we're going to deal with the issues them of natural resources, the environment, and how to take care of all the things there.
Well, this is face to face with the law and we work hand in hand with the committee where they for review this along constitution. And today we look inside the subcommittee na CIC where they for lands, mineral, natural resources and the environment. And we get experts, they'll get people that we and so inside the business better when they talk to we what a good and a necessary then we get the aspect and the thing and the inside this new country where the paper make sure because country to they change every 5-10 years old. We begin and get for camp and get for meter. If we not break the bed fire for the how they go sleep tomorrow, they go begin blame we. So no, all this time we will set we eye, no do waiting correct. Yeah, but you can join me. You can send you text 088 204973 088 204973. Ask question, make contribution. I mean, people are there for answer and there for look inside the better. I will come to you. I want for the old man there, you that the boss man talk. I will come back to Mrs. King. Now, you need to talk small bit about this land business and Mr. Julian Cole said don't talk small bit about natural resources general. I want for you join in to in fact also being this environment issue. Join them for generally make family here. Why a necessary and important follow put this new chapter inside the big law?
Well, I think say one of the things where we don't see over the years where it camp and land, we don't see beaucoup conflict.
Yes, Plaba den Deboku.
In the western area, in the provinces,
I agree with you. I agree
even
with
the
you.
state land where government they manage, Plaba
Yes.
than the inside.
Better.
So we really want for sit down and look what we can do, whose provision where we go need. Well, let go to the people, let them tell we what need for be done, because something and then we can see na court. The case then can take so long, then they blame the judges, then they blame the court. But of itself, even the ministry responsible for lands, even the way then they register, even the way they handle the land, all anything and they nothing the way they lead to conflict.
Yes.
So we they hope say when we go and talk to people and the one that we don't be part and parcel of them conflict here, then go able for throw light on some of them here, and then we can use them. We as the CRC we look into them for see what we go do for let at least lands management. For example, somebody talk about the land policy. It's fine, but we go for look that land policy day. Is something more needed for add to that land policy day? Where the institution the way they administer the land, something like they can just carry all the while go put on a court. But if we get proper land administration, proper land system where
You
get
the case na court.
good people them where they within their land administration and they go reduce the case now.
Yes, I agree with you.
And even upline, you can hear they talk about bush case where they take long.
And then they kill themselves.
That not the first step. But now the new case the way they see they image. Now the investors the way they encourage for come.
That's
una
very important.
because we want
You know,
development
radio
every day.
Investor in the
But
council
every day when they come, you dey hear problem here. And some of them problem they deal with even the very ownership of the land. Then they talk say, well, this now we land. Chief they talk say, well, no, na me get custody of the land.
Yes.
All that thing and they want look into them. We will go to the chiefs them. We will go to the people them, the land owners them. We will go to the chiefdom council them. We will go to even the Ministry of Lands. For let we see how they self go throw lights more so that something go then at the constitution we go make things clearer. You know when things confusing, all man they make confusion panel.
Yeah.
Insofar as the environment concern, we know say we get the Environmental Protection Agency. When a recent agency where government set up and we dey see the work where they do. You can imagine if from 1991 we don't get that kind of agency they it done dey inside the constitution we been done the work. Something we go don reduce some of the environmental problem the way we dey get. So one look for strengthening them agency then the mines and minerals agency strengthen them. Make sure say sometimes we make reference to them. So tell one sentence no more. Say there shall be Environmental Protection Agency, a mines and minerals agency in the constitution, and then we direct say when they look then say una not look for today oh. Una look for tomorrow generation. And the one motive we get for look at we want development. For now, me not know for you, but me I want to see development in this country.
Seriously.
And all the minerals and wealth where they say we get if it be translated to development. And if we not work hard at them, it not go be translated to development. And development, some of the areas that where the Sierra Leone conference on transformation and development talk about. He said some of them money how they come up from them gold, diamond, bauxite, iron, or all that thing. Why we not go put some aside for promote health, for promote education, for promote other social services? Why we not go send we picking them, let them go learn education? We go help for let we use their resources then they well. So these are some of the things that we also get for you family because not to what we want. Now what the people they want, but these are the issue that we go to them and we hear waiting and they say. And we go even go meet the companies them.
Okay.
And the other thing we get for look. The greatest work where they do in this country in agriculture. And what you need for agriculture? Now land. So we also get for look inside that one day. How we go make sure say land there for agriculture, land there for mining, land there for different development purposes there. And how they go do them? So now they want some of the things where they bring all the land and the environment come together.
Pioneer, you don't say where you keep quiet now. And I know the boss man by this land business, natural resources business, and the environment business now the Constitutional Review Committee. You don't hear how this discussion will go. What you want for say? I want you join all team and rub much for this small bit man. Then we can jump to other team.
Well, let us start by making one statement. Okay, we are not hearing from many people then from different parts of the world, and we is so true, and that is a nation that destroys its environment destroys itself. Now, that's the
but no look that the bank go small bit back. I think say mean say that nation or
That
them people
country.
in that country where they spoil the environment so Papa God don't give them. Say the spoil himself.
in the point itself.
Oh, I should say that mommy don't you don't get you clear now.
In the point itself. Now, but so we have a problem.
Okay.
Okay? We want develop the way James in talk, we want develop. The natural resources, for example, the gold, the diamond, the uranium, the iron ore, now in the give we the wealth we want. Okay? And forget anything in there, you get for cut tree, you get for cut the forest and dig the ground, turn up one before you get
But
there.
so naming and they safe when they go for go mine there. For example, Kono, so old, and so feel like graveyard.
Exactly.
So water down full of
So
because for them
it's
die
the problem of between development and environment. Because a lot of people they say there is no need for put environmental issues in the constitution. Because once you put environmental issues in the constitution, what you they do, they stifle the development. They stop development. You understand? Now, some people then they say, no, you rights for the environment, who we call the third generation of human rights. Not give people the rights to the environment. If you give them development on the table, because therefore in direct investment, they know they come inside. But hey, we therefore let all man come well the country, destroy the environment. So it's very important that whilst we want for develop, we want for get the economy, we want for increase the economic growth, at the same time we protect and we conserve some of the environment for the future. I take an example. Kenya, Ghana, and some other countries there, for example, they get 10% of the forest land. Now, any community, they know they touch it, they reserve them for future. 10%. So, when we get for council the constitution, we get for go ask the people there. If we not agree, say, the forest or the environment, we get for preserve some of them, how much percent we not want, don't preserve? You understand? So all the issues are so now very, very important issue. So if they talk just about the distribution of the proceeds from natural resources, you don't go quell the environment, you don't get the diamonds and you don't sell them. How do you distribute the proceeds?
The benefits self when we don't get any country.
Where all man at least will
We
taste
get
small thing. Why I say taste, not necessarily they put something in your pocket too, but at least your community will get developed in the process. How do we do it? We get for give instructions now the constitution say now so for do. Because if we not put on the constitution, any government get the liberty we can they change. Not to say laws they know they for lands, environment and make laws. The laws then they, okay, then they. But those are laws made by parliament. So every 5 years, any parliament will come, it will say, well, this lawyer so one thing and law change.
In fact, I should say I get you and Family SSF get you. Well, I want to go to quick because when you talk about this change government, we don't say small bits. Because we're not young again. You know, we don't say small bits, you know, say this country, the history they show say whenever government change, people like say, how they can, they can for them, but the natural resources and the land issue for better themselves. For many countries suffer, many countries left behind. And that make it look inside for we better. Because if you like say, take for example, areas in the up there hills there, as Nikki you been talk, right way, they don't even plan. Then go then cut it, then this, then build house there. You can come on somebody in kitchen, you go pass inside the other house in parlor. When pass in parlor, you go inside down in bathroom. From in bathroom, you go inside down in bedroom. How can if some woman gets woman they way pain don't catch her now, how they can go hospital? If sick man they somebody way sick don't hit her, how for go it? Because some of them things are better now we know they change government 50 pattern like that. But first thing we just salon with the sleep awake before we wake in the morning say now new government day. Right? Anyone who can just for them by the natural resources then steady. How now you feel to say then go agree for all these things inside the constitution, you say right?
Well, we're in the process, so I believe that the current government sincere in the mandate they don't get the constitutional review committee. We're in the process, and the mandate of this particular subcommittee will take the question and go to the people. And when you take the question and go to the people, what they come back with, we put them together in this new chapter we want. We can go to Parliament. We can go to the President for sign. We can go to the referendum. If the people that say that they want, it could go inside. And I don't feel to say it could be something where you say, you know, if they don't want time, if these schools governments don't want time now, you know, go inside, because we're in the process at this moment. I mean, we talk about certain questions about, you know, we protect we land and planning all day. I mean, actually, if I'm not true for say planning all day, planning day. All the areas in the way.
But who signed the authorities then they should not wait some
well, that's a
happy.
question for the authorities.
You know?
But the planning day. But the issue is we see how even within this small and area in which a large number of people and they compete for a small number of resources, that if you not protect, as you know they say, you reserve something and ensure say the country get this mindset, this belief say, as we go forward in development, it will be sustainable for future generations. We don't just develop, and then left nothing for next generations and generation after that, and they forget something for develop.
So they talk to Nick, you know, somebody say people when they argue. I want to say if you not try for do something for picking away for car, how then go they bambai. Say take for example, if next President Shekino be this one green stadium, how who's going for they play them big game now? Who's people for me to go play?
That's part of it. But even more specifically, we get for Ask Reset, and I think it's in the work that anyway the committee don't start for the but we will care go to the people there. We get for Ask Reset some very specific questions. For example, you as citizen, you forget right well enough for take from you to land inside the constitution, which we call an inalienable right.
So if you say if them put this land business inside Salon Constitution, it will help them land the case there, as Jameson and Billy talk.
Well, I mean,
it will help for stop book of the case then.
Well, I'm not sure if it will stop land case, but definitely if you get an institution, for example, like what Petitoka recommend this land compensation committee and land commission, that's going to help for regulate land issues. Because right now we know say it kind of scattered. You get Ministry of Land, you there, and that. So I mean, then those are the kinds of issues where you get for look to. But for the starting point, also for begin, number one, I've asked you people there whether or not they believe in something very important for them for protect.
Okay. You only see you one kind side.
Yeah, just one kind of quick on
quick one, yes.
Quick one on what Nikki talk. So you see, at the moment, we not get an environmental court, Sierra Leone. We deal with most of the issues there.
So the final environment, we forget that kind of
the issue about land, it gets stuck in the judiciary. You understand? I don't even know whether the judiciary gets a department where they deal with just land and environmental issues. So these are all questions we get for
judiciary. Then they hear you so.
Let them hear me.
The Chief Justice go.
Yes,
go think
if
for that.
They then I stand to be correct. If we get even a department and a judiciary where they just deal with environment and lands, understand, and natural resources. You know, so maybe we need to get an environmental court.
But that now,
yeah, other countries can get an environmental court. You understand? So you will get people there. I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like for example, we not even get a marine lawyer, somebody we not a lawyer we qualify na salon for marine resources, so that people there when they can.
I don't think so that one they
correct. No, well, that's what I say. I stand to be corrected. We get lawyers there, but people
we get plenty.
We get plenty marine lawyers.
I don't think so they allow them for do their work with
maritime lawyers.
Yes.
There.
We get plenty.
Okay. Specialization not come to that level. Where you go say this now solely marine lawyer.
Yes.
Well,
this
is
my point. For that
I say, I say marine lawyers there, because I understand when they catch them boat and trawlers offshore, when they thief with fish, you understand? Then bring them car inside. They're supposed to put them in a court. Most times, when they are reading.
But I not tell you, then marine people, and then lawyer we go study marine. They always go out that distinction and get to. Then they get in distinction. They man, but they not get. Who say for practice waiting they don't go land?
The structure. So the structure now, now that makes you say it is about administration and management of the land and natural resources.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yoni. Family, Mr. Face to Face with the law, we work in line with the CRC. Remember, I've been telling you you can join me, send a text at 088-204973. And true to the agreement, you don't send the first set of text. We want for look inside quickly. The first text read by this first segment say, it says face to face with the law. He say this is what they talk about. So say na critical thing now, na critical issue. This land business, natural resources business, and the environment business. Say a critical and important for the development and prosperity. That's better go there inside any country. He say and he say the person say anything to say if for day inside saloon constitution for day inside. He say wait today. Usai I can make the thing now, make myself as man and not feel fine. But you don't feel fine. He say go make them. He say go make them woman and self then glady if you dey inside salon condition. Mrs. King.
Yes, he go fine.
Nikki.
Of course.
The woman then go glady for
So
that.
without a shadow of a doubt,
Yes.
woman and man go know say they're entitled for own property and they're entitled for do anything when relates to the land as long as na business transaction it can go into land.
Okay.
And the reality is, Fauna, I mean, the majority, the fact said, especially in the provinces, the people that they work the land, the majority of the people that they work the land, now
Now,
woman.
And the woman then.
But we come for sell the land,
Like the
but
man
when
they
they
say.
come for list the land for them, big company where they come.
Yeah.
But
Then they call the woman they
them.
say, yes.
When they come for shape the money, they know the woman they know they get. So then they suffer. So
Yeah.
it's about their welfare as well.
Yeah, I see that point the way people in the make, you know, about with the child, if possible, if the people are giving the money for harmonize the land tenure upline and the one free talk, you understand? 1991, when Peter Tucker then do the review, then get a big problem at that issue there about the land. So they left her. And then put her on the paper. Said, this
Una
is-
say for lefa.
I not talk so. We get now the people that
And then
therefore
therefore
tell
give
me.
you the mandate.
Oh.
If
okay.
they say what you been tell Peter Tucker 1991, we don't change we mind. Now when I put her inside there, we go find a way we go put her inside there. All what you will talk here, so these are just we discussing and what you will plan
In
for.
true,
But
now
now
this
they
one
get for
subcommittee
giving the mandate.
important to us.
Now they get for
Important
giving
job
the
and this
mandate.
is important. You know, other person say, problem. The second one bandit said say, he said government not for this land for more than 21 years. He say when they list the land, therefore they look inside the agreement every 5 years. But you know, I don't know lawyer in there where you don't make an agreement in an agreement. He said, but he say government for they go inside check every 5 years. He said, and every land agreement, say therefore write and done. Now for tap they forget something where they record people in voice. Enough for tap they for video already happen so that tomorrow nobody no go say no to we been doing. Mr. Cole can say and this one.
I just been the past year and a documentary from the committee where they look at several issues there. And one of the issues then where I see where now in the form of a question say now waiting for be the maximum number of years where foreign investors and forget land from the people in this country for investment purposes.
So the
And
committee
say-
begin think that one this.
well, yes, I mean, like I tell you just now, I think
Well,
this is
then
about
you-
it's about
very
provoking the
important,
thought,
very important.
provoking the thought in
Yes.
people. Say, okay, when I want to talk about this issue, then people then go say, okay, now fine issue, let's discuss them, let's debate them. So then, the one part of the question that I say, what should the maximum number of years that foreign investors may acquire land for investment, or that proposes 50, 75, or 99? So I think say it shows say that text today, you know, this particular committee think like up. Say this issue might have to be discussed by the people. So let's put a lot, see if we can provoke them thought for begin discussing because it's very important.
In fact, listen to the other person. The other person say, he say government or community land. Say they not forget to foreign at all. He say or foreign company. He say even salon company themselves they not forget them. Say me they take them all now then get them so they go. Say if for tap them up and list.
No, I don't think that they give and say take and take so take go. I think all a matter of
When they say get freehold, you get leasehold.
of course, but I think them foreign investment and then direct foreign investment they get now to them man in companies. All na list. All na list. Na
Imagine
list.
going somebody 99 years.
Yeah, the thing where I want to say, the thing where I want to say, if in pan list, just like Bokwara contract the way lawyers and can do, provision the day for make sure say you comply to the terms and conditions of that list day or the contract. So opportunity day for look for review for see say you dey comply for see say you do what you supposed to do over that period day. So I think say that also will be strengthened for make sure say you not jump outside waiting and you the land for and also you able to give the benefit to the people them where the contract be contemplated you forget to them. So that kind of review mechanism they supposed for day. But I think say important for consider this particular thing with regards to almost years for the give this land to them people who they can invest.
Okay, family tell down the kitchen and just want to ask the three people who come out at this place, Nikki, Leone, and Jimsina, make them tell me as then they give them closing remarks, how far the committee don't go for sit that they actually do this work way, they don't give it. How far? No. Well, I'll go begin with Nikki first. Okay. No, big man, I can for the classes.
Well, I mean, definitely the subcommittee don't really go a long way and do all their work in preparation for go out for go meet the people. We just wait now for let them give it the go ahead.
Okay, James, you know?
Well, we really want for meet with people them all over the country because we know say we get boku for land from people them based on waiting then question they are hold on.
And then our business concerns all man of this country.
Yes, all man we want for your read them views and we will get for come back. Not only the subcommittee will get for look waiting, we will get from then different meetings that we will get with people them. But the entire CRC get for sit down together and deliberate on the thing that we will get the international documents the way they on their issue there before we go finally decide wetin we go advise for let them put inside the constitution. But family them when they can't now when they begin talk about natural resource, the first question we wanna get for address on ourselves now whether una want for see natural resource, environment and lands inside the constitution. I think say boku of una go support with this committee as a define for let it as a chapter inside the constitution.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, coming to your question, we don't actually go far. As we say, we don't draft about 71 questions and put some education in the document, we call the consultation document, and we meet people and we get for go. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed for dinner go. Oxfam, they asked me for go facilitate now, not to go na Pujem today. But guess what happened? Are they inside the motorcar for go? Don't pack me things, they're not ready for them for go facilitate na Pujem for 3 days. I go inside the motorcar and the driver pull one leaf. He give me say for sign. Now I say who's waiting was so I read that. The first one that they make say, they're not responsible for me personal injury. Anything will happen for me now is not to car and above.
No.
Make a sign.
No.
Now I say no, I'm not the sign. Then therefore go to the country director. I'll bring this issue because I put the CRC sent me for go discuss on issues about land environment where they affect the people in Apujon. Then me don't sit down for go when they go tell me say make a sign a paper and waive me rights. So if I die, above.
No, I just they know you that complaint. They go for the tell family.
When our family when they come, the way we come, we want everybody for put hand together. Let we get a very good constitution. We want to let everybody come together, give you idea. Not say tomorrow they not be ask me. This is not the opportunity we done for give you idea. Let us see how we all will work together for better this country.
Okay. Nikki, you can say goodbye.
Family now, thank you very much. We hope for see you now all come out for the talk for this very, very important thing for the constitution.
Thank you very much, yes, Mrs. King.
Well, family them, I know say with una own hard work and with we self your hard work, we'll get a constitution where with generation yet unborn and will come for able to enjoy we land and able for benefit from the natural resources the way God don't give.
Mr. Julian Cole.
Yeah, family, I think this is a very good opportunity for make we get inside the constitution. A constitutional provision we go directly how for deal with land business, with environment, and with natural resources. Where anybody not go just come and fiddle with at in own term and at in own pace. So let we support this move and contribute to the discussions and meaningfully make sure that the constitution stand the test of time.
Why family, I mean that James want to phone Civic coordinate the program. One for tell you say if I plant gladly today I gladly because why you say we'll see how best we can put inside with new constitution. So until we concern land business, concern with natural resources, and concern with environment, I think today na holiday for me. Na me on Christmas is me at sweet a gladly. I should see you say go like that. Family, so where they can meet you. Not left and get you blow your mind. Make them put her inside it. Tell them go picking like for come buy you. They want no born it. Then self concern. So, I want that on behalf of me, police owner Mr. Michael Kagbo and the studio crew and everybody where they at the engine room safe. They say goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
It's always fondly remembered as the image of a lion. Whether one looks at the sprawling hills or the spreading rivers, Sierra Leone stretches as a pride of lions.
Many Sierra Leoneans don't remember when they last saw a lion. However, that did not stop Pedro de Sintra, a young Portuguese discoverer, from naming this great country Sierra Leone.
From 1462, when Sierra Leone was named by de Sintra, to the years of slavery and the years of freedom, Sierra Leone has come a long way to becoming a diversified and unified country.
Coastal Sierra Leone has always attracted attention from neighbors near and far away. The country's river Rukel, running into the great Atlantic Ocean, has always opened its doors to every human civilization for as long as it has existed.
Known as the Athens of West Africa, Sierra Leone has built a name for itself upon a solid educational foundation with colonial experimental institutions such as the grammar school, annual